Hello friends. So imagine a situation where you have a dining table in your home and there are biscuits, there are chocolates, there are breads, there are fried items, and there is roti, jowar roti, that is staple food in our area, or there is ragi mudde like in southern Karnataka. So what will your child, when your child is hungry, what it will take first? You will see that your child automatically grabs chocolates, biscuits and these things and eats. Now if you continue to keep it like that, the child will be continuously consuming these items and slowly it will develop a dependency on these items, because all these are manufactured. Manufacture means created by market for selling, and selling happens only through by creating addiction, dependence, cravings. So all these food items what I just talked about, except our jowar roti or ragi mudde in your place or some other traditional food, they all causes dependence, sugar kick, dopamine high and all these things. So in this case the mother is actually destroying the life of the child. The child will be eating for taste, the child will be eating for the kick, sugar high, and the child will not be developing taste for the traditional nutrition dense rich local foods, and slowly the child's health will go on deteriorating. So I say it very bluntly, if the mother is doing this thing, the mother is aware, the mother knows that biscuits are not food, jowar roti is food or biscuits are food, jowar roti is food or rice is food, jowar roti is food or chocolates are food, jowar roti is food or bread is food. So for every of these points you very well know that jowar roti is your food or ragi mudde is your food. So you are aware, but the child is not aware yet. It grabs whatever attracts, whatever tastes good, whatever gives a kick, whatever gives a high. So if you are doing this, think about it. Are you a mother? Are you really taking care of the child? Or you are destroying the life of the child? Whatever it may be, you may be saying, I love the kid, I give him treats, he likes biscuits and all. That all situation is created by you. Okay? So now I have a huge list of such common behaviors where you may be thinking, I'm talking to the mothers, I have not covered fathers in this, I will make a different video for that. Every mother, you may be thinking that you are taking care of the child, but these are all counterproductive, wrong behaviors. So I say this clearly, don't try to take care of the child. Take care of the child. Trying means you are doing something forcefully. I say it in another way, don't try to be a good mom. Be a mom. Okay? You are trying to be a good mom is coming from advertised mindset. You have seen so many advertisements, give them Horlicks, give them Boost, Bormita, Complan, this, that and all, it is coming from there. You are trying, and you very well know that your child does not need those things. Okay, so let me read the list quickly. It's a huge list, and at the end of each section I am going to summarize the impact of that particular behavior also. Point number 1, forcing food without hunger. Saying eat, it's time, even when the child says I am not hungry. Rewarding eating with praise, claps or smiles. Feeding based on the clock, not the child's body signals. Bribing the child with screens, stories, or toys to finish the food. Equating full stomach with good health. Making the child eat to avoid wastage. Teaching eating for taste instead of hunger. Using food for emotional regulation. Sad, eat. Bored, eat. Angry, eat. Tired, eat. Sleepy, eat. All these things interfering with feeding in everything. Confusing overfeeding with care. Constantly telling the child to eat. Ignoring natural fasting rhythms in children. Every child likes to fast also, but the mothers hardly realize this nowadays. And what is the impact of this? Loss of hunger cues, overeating, taste addiction, obesity, acidity, early insulin imbalance. That is development of diabetes. That has become very common nowadays. You in ultra urban populations. Lifelong disconnection from the body, because you are feeding the child even though the child is not hungry. It never gets connected with its own body. Okay. Point number 2, using sugar as love. Yes, the table sugar, white sugar. Giving sweets to reward good behavior. Offering chocolates to stop crying. Using biscuits as a travel essential. Keeping desserts as weekend happiness. Normalizing sugar as childhood joy. Telling guests to bring sweets. Testing sugar as Treating sugar as harmless because we ate it growing up. And the impact of it all: sugar addiction, emotional eating, mood swings, poor gut health, dental issues, hyperactivity, and so on it goes. I have not covered all the hundreds of impacts will be there. Point number 3, trusting advertisements over instinct. You know, now the every mom is trying to be a good mom by watching advertisements and smartphone, YouTube and influencers and all those people. Trusting advertisements over instinct. Believing health drinks increase height and intelligence. Believing processed cereals are complete breakfast. Buying fortified foods thinking they are healthier. Comparing children with ad kits. Thinking packaged juices are equal to fruits. Believing formula is always superior to mother's milk. Treating supplements as meal replacements. And the impact is chemical dependency, poor nutrition, and early metabolic issues. Point number 4, overprotecting in the name of safety. Not allowing children to play in the mud, stopping them from climbing, falling, exploring, over sanitizing everything, killing natural immunity, not allowing exposure to sunlight, saying don't sweat, you will fall sick, using screens indoors instead of outdoor play. And the impact is weak immunity, fear of the world, low confidence, vitamin D deficiency, anxiety, and so on it goes. Point number 5, excessive academic push. Constantly this has become a madness now. Locking in children inside the home with books. There are now schools where there is in one floor there is a hostel and in the second floor there is classes. They are locked in. You should be either in the hostel reading and eating, or you should be in the classroom attending the classes. And they are not given chance to come out. And parents are competing to put the children in those schools. Excessive academic push. That is point number 5. Studying even when the child is sleepy. I mean making the child to study even when the child says I'm bored, I'm sleepy. No unstructured play, because it is known as waste of time. If the child says suddenly I just want to go and play, no, it is not time to play. Read it, read the syllabus, do the homework and all that. The child development happens through unstructured play. Our life is unstructured. So here the mom is planning everything, when the child should play, when the child should study and everything. So the child will never develop a instinct to live a unplanned life. Filling weekends with tuition. This what is it? In holidays, special classes. weekend classes, summer classes, winter classes, comparing marks with neighbors, using guilt, we do so much for you, and you are not studying, you are not passing, you are not a rank, this, that, and all. Punishing low marks instead of understanding the child. Treating school performance as moral worth. The child is judged entirely based on the performance of the child in school. The child may have many other excellent, wonderful qualities. All of that is, kept aside, under the carpet. And only the performance at school is considered as the way to, judge the child. Teaching obedience over curiosity. This is what schools do. Listen, learn, do the homework, don't ask the questions, shut up, write the exams, take the certificates, pay the fees, and get lost. Obedience at all stages. Just do as you are told. Curiosity never develops, and whatever natural curiosity is there, that completely dies. Impact of it is burnout, stress, shame-based identity, and suppressed creativity. Point number 6, making the child an extension of the mother. One very unfortunate thing is mothers and fathers also think that the child belongs to them, their property. The child has no other existence apart from just serving the interests of parents. It is pathetic. Look into it. For instance, choosing hobbies based on what the mother likes, deciding clothes based on her taste, forcing children to greet, act, behave, perform for social approval. Like whenever guests come, say ABCD, show your drawing, show your writing, sing for the uncle, dance for the auntie, all these things. Okay, you are doing it for your own brownie points. You want to show others that how much of a good parent you are trying to be. But you are using your child, right? Using the child's success to show social status. Controlling friendships. Planning career before the child can think. The child really don't know what you are telling, but you are pushing so hard, do this, do this, do this, and all. Expecting emotional support from the child. Some mothers are even more this thing. They expect that they will lose their mood, they will cry, they will be angry and exhausted, and the child should be emotional support for them. How is that possible? Making the child responsible for mother's happiness. This we have seen very commonly when a relative is leaving home, he tells to the children, be good with your mother, take care of your small children, kids, don't make trouble for her. That is, the child is told to be a source of happiness for the mother. And what is the impact of it? Identity confusion. The child never develops its own identity. People pleasing, guilt patterns, low autonomy, so on it goes. Point number 7, teaching fear instead of awareness. Using fear of strangers to keep children obedient. If you don't do this, that uncle will come and beat you. This auntie will come and do this. That teacher will come and do that. Right? You are just constantly creating a child, a fear-based child. That child will be constantly looking out whether someone is coming to, hit me, beat me and all that. Saying you will fall, don't run. The urban parents now don't want their children to run. So many, they come to our farm, the child starts playing with our children. When we have a consultation, I am talking with the parents and I tell Adya and Anju to, take their children, because they will not allow us to have a peaceful discussion. And the mothers are constantly looking at the child. The child is running, he will fall, what he will do, how he will climb, where he is going, like that. What is this? Okay. Making the world sound dangerous. Like everything. These so many women who come to our farm, they ask our children behind our back. Are you not afraid to stay here? What about worms? Huda hupdi, they call in Kannada. What about worms? What about wild animals and all? And we have been staying like this for many years now. We are aware of, what dangers are here, how to live with that, and we are very much comfortable. We are living very smartly. So, on the behind, they just catch the children and instill some fear. Okay? Teaching distrust instead of discernment. If something is not understandable, just it's not good. Instead of trying to understand. Using religious fear to control behavior. God will punish you. In the next generation, you will be donkey, you will be dog, you will be monkey. God will cut your nose. God will make you black. God will not give you a good husband, good wife. All this kind of bullshit. Scaring children to sleep. Gumma bartane, malko. Aita? This is something. Deva bartane. Deva barto malko. And what it does to the child, it creates anxiety, avoidance, low resilience, and fear-based conditioning. Point number 8, overriding the child's body signals. Child is also a living being, human being, nature's creation. It also has signals. Forcing toilet at a specific time. The child would like to go to toilet at any time whenever it gets a feeling. But the mother thinks the child has to go to toilet at specific time every day. 7 a.m. the child should go for potty. Ignoring when the child says, I am tired. No excuse. You have to do the homework, you have to do this, that and all. Forcing afternoon naps. Children usually, they cannot sleep daytimes. And they sleep very deeply night times. But many parents force their children to sleep daytimes. Forcing the child to finish the plate. The child is full, but forcing them to eat. Making the child wake early even with lack of sleep. Making the child, wake, get up, it is 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, all those things. We usually try to have a balance. If the child is waking up very late, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, we try to push them, no, get up, it is late. But there is no need to make them get up every day at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock and all this. If we are going somewhere, yes, it is predefined that tomorrow we will be getting up late. But this is going to create a restless child, waking them very early. Ignoring discomfort because it's normal. Impact is disconnection from bodily signals, digestive issues, poor sleep cycles. Okay, point number 9. Building a childhood around taste. I had this when I was small, I had that when I was small, this kind of fantasy. So next point is building a childhood around taste. Cooking separately for the child as if the child is something special. Adding extra ghee, sugar, cheese as special care. Like in our home also we have this issue where when there is something delicious, special, or giving equally to everyone. Our daughter is smallest, but if we consider size, it will be overeating if we take it physically. So this kind of trend we have seen in many homes where the food is divided equally irrespective of size. Taking children to restaurants as default outings. Outing means eating. Making fast food part of weekends. Weekends means fast food. Teaching that tasty is equal to good. Sugar, spices, fried food. Using taste to distract from emotions. If the child is uneasy, crying, tired, exhausted, give it something tasty. So what will happen? Lifelong taste addiction, poor palate, low tolerance for natural foods. Point number 10. Teaching obedience as virtue. You are child and you have to obey everything. You don't have any other existence for them apart from this. Praising quietness instead of expression. Punishing disagreement. expecting instant compliance at all situations, in all places, shaming questions. Like if a child asks some question, everybody starts laughing. Telling them to not speak in front of elders. Shh, keep quiet. Elders are speaking. Teaching politeness over honesty. Be nice. You can be cunning, but you should be nice. Impact: loss of voice, suppressed emotions, people pleasing, and weak boundaries. Point number 11: invalidating emotions. Saying don't cry. Big boys don't cry. Big girls don't cry. You have grown up now, you should not cry. You cannot tolerate this much. Be a man, be a girl, be a boy, all those things. Minimizing, it's nothing, don't make drama. Whatever the child is feeling painful, labeling it as drama. Distracting instead of listening. Comparing, see other kids, they are strong. Feeling uncomfortable with child's anger or sadness. Just hug the child, just touch the child, just sit with the child will feel better. You cannot do that much. Treating emotions as problem to fix. Emotions means if the child is showing any emotion, that means it needs parents' attention, presence. That's all. You don't need medications. Suddenly you want to fix it with some therapy, medications. The impact is emotional numbness, shame, poor emotional regulation, and so on. Point number 12: constant interference. Continuously interfering. What are you doing? Where are you? What are you reading? What are you seeing? With whom you are playing? What are you seeing? What they are saying? What you said? Doing homework for the child. Solving fights for them. Deciding their schedule minute by minute. Not allowing them to be bored. Keeping them always engaged. Micromanaging everything. Teaching dependence instead of problem solving. So what happens? It leads to helplessness, dependency, low resilience, and inability to think. Okay, next point is guilt-based parenting. I sacrificed everything for you. I gave birth to you. I took care of you. I sent you to school. Don't disappoint me. Using emotional blackmail for control. Buying affection with gifts. Expecting gratitude for basic parenting. And what will be the impact? Guilt wired into identity. The child can be, will grown up into an adult who can be guilt tripped by anybody and everyone. It has high compliance. It will do anything and listen to everything. Lifelong emotional burden. Okay, next point number 14: social comparison. See how she sits quietly. Look at his marks. Your cousin is better behaved. Using siblings for comparison. Making achievement a constant competition. And the impact is insecurity, low self-worth, and resentment. Point number 15: discouraging natural body intelligence. Forcing children to wear more clothes than needed. Not letting them stay barefoot. Stopping them from choosing when they feel cold or hot. Not letting them decide quantity of food. Ignoring early signs of illness. Giving pills for every discomfort. Removing all physical challenges. Not allowing natural immunity to build. And what will happen? There will be poor body awareness, weak immunity, and medicinal dependence. Point number 16: making smartphone a babysitter. Giving phone during meals. Using screen to stop crying. Calling screen educational. Allowing screen as a reward. Screen means smartphone. Using screen to avoid parenting fatigue. Impact is attention issues, dopamine imbalance, emotional numbing, and behavioral addictions. Point number 17: creating childhood around adult schedules. Never planning considering the child. Late night dinners because family eats late. Taking kids to malls instead of parks. Keeping them awake for guests. Disturbing sleep rhythms for convenience. Expecting performance at school despite poor sleep. And the impact is chronic fatigue, irritability, and poor cognitive function. Point number 18: making the child fear her disapproval. Using facial expression as punishment. staring at the child and doing all these kind of things, punishing with the looks itself, silent treatment, not talking with the child, withdrawal, withdrawal of affection, making the child guess what went wrong, and all these things. And what is the impact? Hypervigilance, poor self-esteem, and anxious attachment. The child will always feel anxious in the presence of such mothers. Point number 19. Confusing entertainment with joy. Both are different. The child can be joyful just because it found some stick, some leaf, it saw some bird and all. But you have other concepts of joy called entertainment, and you force these things on child, like overloading birthdays with expenses. You see any birthday party of a 2-year-old child, the child is tortured for the adults there. The child is not at all aware what is happening with it. It never asks for any birthday or this thing. The child is sleeping when the birthday party is going on. It is kept awake forcefully. Shopping as bonding. Only time when you are spending some time with child is when you are shopping. Equating gifts with happiness. I am gifting something, so you should be happy. Celebrating festivals with consumption, not meaning. And the impact is consumerism, boredom, and lack of real joy. Point number 20. Confusing control with care. Actually, you are controlling the child, but you confuse it as a care. Deciding everything for their good, not letting the child learn consequences, removing all discomfort, taking responsibility for their feelings, treating the child like a fragile object, saying you don't know anything, very often saying. And the impact is low confidence, dependency, confused self-concept. Okay, so these are all the things we have worked on very thoroughly. We discussed before we started this journey of homeschooling and all. And this is not the final topic or final point. There are so many such areas where we went deeply, studied, understood, discussed, challenged ourselves, changed our core beliefs. And what happens? The child becomes so free. Our children are not at all yes, we tell them to do some chores and study and read and all, but they don't feel guilted, scared, or threatened, anxious around these things. And if it is there, it is very minor. But if it is done daily, that destroys the life of the child. I'm going to put all this text in the description so that you can read it as well. So don't try to be a good mom. Be a good mom. Take care.